Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Make a promise to yourself right now that no matter what happens to you today, the rest of the day, tonight, tomorrow evening, the day after that in the afternoon, make a promise to yourself that you will not look down, that you will stand with your shoulders back and your head up, and you're going to walk as if no one knows anything about you and you're reinventing your story on the fly, right then and there. It doesn't matter what you've been through in your past. It doesn't matter what you know is coming later that day, something you're afraid of or you're paranoid about, something you've procrastinated for far too long to take care of, and it's now the day, it's now the time. Promise yourself that you have enough pride in your heart to face whatever challenge is going to come your way today, tomorrow, the day after that. Promise yourself that you won't look down. You're not going to slouch. You're not going to ball up into the fetal position in the corner. You're not going to turn around and run. You're going to stand tall, and you're going to be brave about it. Even if you're so scared you can't stop from shaking. Even if you're so paranoid you can't lower your heart rate. Even though you're so hurt you can't stop from crying. None of those things can stop you from standing tall and walking forward, being brave, and being proud of who you are. You've made it. You're here. It's another day. It's another night. It's another evening. It's another afternoon. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. You could wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat at 2 a.m. in the morning. You're still breathing. Your heart's still beating. You still have a purpose. You still have the opportunity to change something in your life. You still have the opportunity to build on what you've already built on, whether you're aware of it or not. Look behind you. On your journey, you've already made footprints. What's behind you was not some act of science fiction, some kind of made-up alternate reality through time machine or time travel or some kind of multiverse. What's behind you is you. Those were your steps. Don't go back and try to put your foot right back in the footsteps you already walked. Don't try to walk in between them. Don't try to walk beside them. Create new ones. Create new ones that have a new purpose. Steps that are filled with the weight of somebody who is proud, someone who is brave, someone who is determined, has purpose and self-discipline, self-love, high value for themselves, and welcomes a fight, the fight of life. You wake up every day, you have to be prepared for a fight because life is ready to attack you. Other people are ready to attack you. The place you live at is ready to attack you with issues and problems. All your material belongings are ready to attack you. Things you want, things you've lost. People who will enter your life. The inevitable struggle of life. The uncomfortable struggle of every day. It's life and it's attacking you. What are you going to do about it? You don't need weapons. You don't need a sharp tongue. You don't need an entourage. All you need is you. Your armor is your mind. That is your shield. Your weapon is your heart. That is what you're going to attack with. Life has a hard time dealing with somebody with a sharp mind, a sharp heart, hardened body, full of armor. The heart and the mind are working together. They're feeding off each other. They're passing the shield and the sharpness of the sword back and forth from each other when need be. And then you have something else that most people can't even see, and that's your spirit, your soul, your connection to everything around you. You're not alone. There are people out there going through exactly what you're going through. There are people out there who are suffering, really suffering. There are people out there who are dying, slowly, some unexpectedly. Some have lived lives that if you lived 100 lifetimes, you wouldn't come close to living a quarter of their life. Some people overprivileged. They still have problems. They're just different than yours. But one thing that connects us all is being self-aware of who we are. Who are you? Are you brave? Are you strong? Or are you someone who turns and runs? Who are you? There's nothing wrong with knowing that you are weak, that you are emotional, that you need to fix things, that you are flawed, that you are a failure, that you are a disappointment. There's nothing wrong with feeling those things. The wronging comes in you being aware of those things and doing nothing about it. I was a failure. I was a disappointment. I was a loser. I was a procrastinator. I wasn't fair. I wasn't honest. Those are all my footsteps in my past. But I never forgot one of those footsteps. And I never liked the fact that those footsteps define who I am. And it would have been wrong for me to continue down a path of depression, anxiety, paranoia, self-doubt, low value for myself, and absolutely no self-love. The tragedy of that is me doing nothing about all that stuff that happened in my past. In order for all that to make sense, you have to bundle all that shit up, put it in a bag, and carry it on your back. And along the way, you make up for it. You pull out of that bag every experience when needed to help someone else. And if you can't do that, then you open up that bag, you look in it, and you help yourself. Whenever things get down, open up that bag on your journey. Dig deep in it, pull out everything, re-examine it. So you don't be in a position where there are things that happen to you and you're acting like you don't know what to do. You know what to do. You've already been through it. If you've made it this far, and if life is beating you down, there are things you know about yourself that no one else would ever know. And no one can help you with that. You have to dig into yourself and find out who you are. That's where the bag comes into play. Dig into that bag on your journey. Stop, take a breather, re-examine everything. You have to stand tall or you're going to fall hard. You will fall straight on your face. You're going to shatter your face. You're going to shatter every bone in your body from the impact of the weight of life crushing you down. And it cannot wait to do it. It's waiting for you to fall so it can crush you even further. You have to stand tall. Pick the bag up, use it when you need to. Those memories are not going to go away, so you might as well use them for some good in your life. Or what was the point of all those memories? Even if you did everything well, you lived a perfect life up until a certain point and something hit you and all of a sudden you don't know how to deal with life. You weren't prepared for it. You still have all those memories. There was something you were doing right to have a great life up until the point where life decided to slap you right across the face, push you down and crush you. You have to remember you're still here. So if you're still here, you might as well make the best of whatever situation you're in. And how do you do that? It's simple. You got to figure out who you are. You have to go back into the recesses of your mind, all those places where you ran in your mind. Like a kid at recess, just running around. Instead of running around in your mind, in the past, run around and collect things. Collect all the artifacts of your past. Dig up whatever you need. Because you need them. They're not going anywhere. Find out who you are. Those are pieces of you that you've left and buried and you've hidden, and you need to go and find them. Collect them, stand tall, and start walking. Accept the fact that whatever's in that bag doesn't define you right now. It's not a part of you. It's in the past. You're just carrying it along with you. It's no different than a photo album. When you look in a photo album, you don't look at that person and say that's the same person. If you do, then you have a very interesting lifestyle. Being proud of who you are will only happen when you accept the fact that you're flawed, that you've made mistakes. That's the best feeling in the world, when you can walk and you know you've overcome mistakes. when you're walking tall and you're proud and you've reinvented yourself and you've given yourself a fresh start. That's what life is all about. Life is all about fresh starts. We see it every year through the seasons. We come out of wintertime and you get a fresh start. The grass grows again. It gets warmer. Days get longer. That's up to you how you want to come into your next season. Do you want to get stuck in winter? Some people love winter. Nothing wrong with that. If you thrive in winter, salute to you. Some people need all the seasons. They need life to keep going. They don't want to be stuck. Some people are stuck in paradise. They're stuck in summer. Everything's great until a storm comes. All of a sudden that cold feels a lot colder because you've never endured it. You have to keep moving. The sun goes up and down every day. You got to do the same. You're going to have ups and downs. It's going to get dark. But when it gets dark, you don't just sleep forever. You don't go to bed for the rest of your life. You have to get up the next day. Regardless if the sun is blocked by the clouds or not, you still have to get up. You might as well get up and be strong. Be confident. Find something about yourself that's good, because there is. And just take that. That's you. If you got up that morning, that's a victory. You've won. You've won the day by just getting up. Make your bed immediately. Stand up tall. Drink some water. Look yourself in the mirror. Give yourself a good shower. Start the day off right. Don't start the day with excuses. Don't start the day doubting yourself before you even walked out the door. Don't be afraid of the unknown. You have no control of it anyway. Empower yourself to be able to get to that situation knowing no matter what happens, I'm going to be here tomorrow. No matter what happens, I'm going to learn something today. Regardless if I fail or not, I'm going to learn something even from the failure. This is one of those cases where I usually say it's easier said than done. It's not in this case. It really isn't. It's a mindset. And you're just looking for one small little victory. This is something you can easily do. Stand up tall for yourself and who you are. Be confident in the fact that no matter what you're going through, there are other people going through it. They're just masking it a little bit better than you, most likely. But they're going through it just like you are. It's not the exact same thing, but problems are problems. Stress is stress. Paranoia is paranoia. Anxiety is an anxiety. Your path is your path alone to walk. You can't borrow from someone else's path and glue it to you and hope that it sticks. It's going to fall off. It didn't belong to you in the first place. You have to walk your own path. You can get help from other people. But to be honest, a lot of people don't want to help someone who is so down on themselves and feel like there's no way out. They're not going to give up on you. They're just not going to have a lot of faith that you are capable of being anything more than you want to be. If you want to be stuck in who you are and you want to be on the ground in the fetal position while life is continuing to push you into the mud, there's only so much somebody can do on their journey to keep standing there helping you pull you up. At some point, you got to at least get on your knees. Get to one knee. Get to one foot, stand up. At least point yourself in the right direction. Now that person can grab your hand and pull you along. Can't do anything for you if we can't see you because you're covered in mud, because life pushed you so far down into the ground, there's nothing for us to pick up. So promise yourself. Promise yourself you're going to make sure today you look yourself in the mirror. And if you don't want to do that, then at least ask yourself some simple questions. Who am I? Am I doing the right thing? Am I going to get through this day and find a victory? The smallest victory possible. If I fail today, am I going to learn from this mistake so I don't make it again? Promise yourself you're not going to continue to look backwards. Remind yourself that you are a strong person. You can do it. If you're listening to this, you already know you're strong, or you wouldn't be listening to this. The Brave Never Fall is about people who are brave, about people who stand tall. This is the beginning of the journey. You don't need 100% bravery. You just need 1%. That's all you need. You just need to get from 0 to 1%. That's a victory. You're not going backwards. You're not negative 1%. You're in the plus column. It's not much, but you have to take it and celebrate it, because that means you're still alive. You're still breathing. Your heartbeat is still going to continue to beat. You're going to feel it. That's your rhythm. That's your reminder, your clock. It shows you life hasn't taken me away yet. And it won't if I have anything to say or do about it. If no one else has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall.